So, my apologies for being almost a week late, but regardless, congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks on winning the 2021 NBA Championship. Yeah, that's right, man. Nobody expected the Bucks to come out on top this season, but they did it. I had the Bucks winning in finals in 6 games, exactly 6 games. Bucks in six. I love that chant by the Bucks, man. Bucks in six. Bucks in six. Yeah, I love that, man. I predicted that at the end of my 2021 NBA mock draft video. If you haven't seen that, click the link in the description. I predicted that. I guarantee you. I literally said Bucks in six because if Giannis actually played the entire series healthy, then the Bucks would win the finals. Then I predicted that the Bucks would win the finals after the Lakers lost in the first round. The Lakers are my favorites to win and all going to the playoffs, but since they lost the eventual Western Conference champs, the Phoenix Suns, the Bucks became my favorites. There are a lot of reasons why the Bucks won all, and to me, it was actually no surprise. Why? After the outcome of the season, you could see the main reason why is because of injuries. So some could argue that this might be an asterisk season, but no, man. Forget about the injuries. Let's talk about how the Bucks performed in the finals. This is just gonna be a short video, but before that, leave a like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it a lot. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Hey, first of all, man, shout out to CP3, D-Book, and the Phoenix Suns for a great run in the NBA Finals, man. I didn't expect them to come this far at the start, but shout out to him. Monty Williams did a really good job coaching the team, but they just fell short. A little too lead. Then Game 6, man, when they announced that Scott Foster was going to officiate the game, Chris Paul was probably like, ah, shit, here we go again. And as you all know, Chris Paul has some beef with this ref. He was 0 of 12 now, 0 of 13 in games officiated by Scott Foster. So when Foster was there, the Suns were probably done for. And yeah, shout out to D-Book too. People say played out of Kobe in the finals. And yeah, he definitely did have a Kobe type of performance. He averaged 28 points in the finals and shot really efficiently, 45%. Then DeAndre Ayton, he did his best. He rebounded, blocked shots, and scored in the paint. Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson, Cam Payne, they all did their best too. And let's not forget Torrey Craig, who before the finals even started was crowned a champion, regardless of who won. He got traded to the Suns from the Bucks mid-season, and he was pretty solid for the Suns in the finals too. And I gotta give props to Monty Williams, who went to the Bucks locker room to congratulate them. Great act of sportsmanship. And for Monty Williams, it definitely hurts for him to lose in the finals. And after all he has been through. Shout out to the Phoenix Suns general manager James Jones as well. For trading for CP3 in the offseason, obviously that was a great decision by him. He was the missing piece to the Suns franchise, and shout out to the Suns for a great season. Now moving on to the NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks. Man, was this a historic finals? Their playoff motto or something was history in the making, and they made history. Let's talk about Chris Cash Money Middleton, who averaged 24 points in the finals for the Bucks. He was the second leading scorer on the Bucks squad, and he turned to prime MJ or Kobe. So games 3 to 6, he definitely balled out. Some were even saying that he could be a Finals MVP because of his great performance in the finals. And next, Drew Holiday. He was a guy they traded for in the offseason, and it turns out he was the missing piece for the team. He's a great defensive player. Like Drew Holiday, he really stepped up and guarded Chris Paul really well. That steal, he stole the ball from Devin Booker, and then lobbed it up to Giannis. Y'all remember that? And then PJ Tucker, another guy who they traded for, despite the fact he averaged literally zero points in the finals, but he did a great job defensively. Brook Lopez, Pat Connaughton, and most importantly, Bobby Portis. They stepped up in the finals. And lastly, Giannis. Man, Giannis, a 50-piece in the finals. He and Shaq are the only two players, to ever put up a 50-point, 10-rebound game in the finals clinching game. Giannis is a champion, the Greek freak. He made it all the way here after 8 years in the league. He said 8 years to the Bucks. The Bucks did a great decision. They clearly did their homework. They drafted him 15 overall in the 2013 NBA draft because they saw his potential. And loyalty works, man. Loyalty works, man. Giannis and Chris Middleton were, they stayed with the Bucks in their bad years. Even in 2K14, as you can see in this graphic, there were two. Two of them were the lowest rated players in the Milwaukee Bucks, 60 overall. And Giannis ordered the 50 chicken nugget at Chick-fil-A after a 50-point performance. Giannis is a likable player. He's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. He has 2 MVPs, a DPOY, a Finals MVP, and the championship ring. And moments like Giannis blocking 18th dunk from an alley-oop by D-Book, Drew Holiday lobbing it up to Giannis in transition after the fourth quarter with 30 seconds left in Game 5, and also that dunk by Cam Johnson over PJ Tucker. That was a memorable. It's gonna be a memorable finals. It's a finals not to forget. And blocked by Antetokounmpo, you'll never hear the end of that. And this picture, as you can see here, it's gonna be a classic picture for a long time. This was a great finals. It was nice to see a finals without the likes of LeBron, Kawhi, or Curry. And by the way, also not to forget, shout out to Mike Budenholzer. He's a great coach. And games 1 and 2, 3 were blowouts. Next 3 games they were competitive as heck. We've had 3 different champions in the past 3 seasons: the Raptors, Lakers, and now the Bucks. And it hasn't even been a year since the Lakers won the title. And before I forget, Mamadi Diokiri makes history 3 times. First, he becomes the first Guinean player out of Papua New Guinea to win an NBA title. Second, he joins the likes of Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and all other NBA legends to win an NCAA title and an NBA title. He won his NCAA title with Virginia back in 2019. And lastly, he also won a G League title. This past season, he won it with the Lakeland Magic, So shout out to Mamadi Diokiri for making history. And also shout out to PJ Tucker, man. He had a revenge tour in the playoffs. He defeated every single one of his Rockets teammates, his former Rockets teammates. First, in the first round, he defeated Trevor Ariza in the Miami Heat. And then the second round, he defeated James Harden of the Brooklyn Nets. Then the Eastern Conference Finals, he defeated Clint Capella. And then lastly, in the finals, he defeated Chris Paul of the Suns. Shout out to PJ Tucker for the revenge tour. I'm gonna say it, man. Next year's gonna be tougher. This might be CP3's only chance of winning a title. But there's some rumors, though, that the Lakers will try to bring him over there. So maybe Chris Paul will get a second chance. It's tough to say, though. The West are gonna be stacked next year. A healthy LeBron and AD with potentially a huge roster is coming. They're gonna learn from the lessons last year. I mean, mostly last year was just injury. But, they did have some mistakes, so, they're going to learn from the lesson. The Warriors with the healthy Klay Thompson. I hope to see the Warriors in the postseason again next year. And y'all be like, man, it's only been 2 years. Nah, bro. I miss the Warriors in the postseason. I'm a Warriors fan since 2015. I started liking basketball in 2015. And, I miss them. I really do miss them. 2015 season, 2016 season. The old NBA era, man, I miss those. I miss those seasons, man. Then we're also going to have the Jazz, the Clippers. And probably, if Kawhi doesn't leave in free agency and, recovers from his injury, they say it's a partially torn ACL. Prayers up to Kawhi Leonard. We're going to have the Mavs too with Luka Doncic, rather. The Nuggets and the Blazers. Man, the Suns may not be able to go back to the finals next year. It's tough. It's tough, man. Unless CP3 doesn't leave and, they just run it back with the roster, then they may have a chance. But, it's tough to say. And the East as well. It's going to be tougher for the Bucks too. KD, Kyrie, and Harden are all going to come back healthy, seeking for a championship. Man, that roster is going to be dangerous. The Sixers potentially without Ben Simmons. They're saying they're going to trade him. On the Celtics too, and the Raptors possibly. The Wizards and the Heat. Man, it's going to be tougher. But I still see the Bucks having the chance to repeat as champions. Giannis himself said that this might be their only chance. But I hope, I have hope in them winning again next year. The Antetokounmpo brothers, they're champions. The Suns lost 4 games in a row. Shout out to the Suns and 4 guy. And yeah, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. Again, leave a like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. I highly appreciate that. And also comment down your thoughts of the finals below. And yeah, see y'all next video. I'm gonna wrap this up with Bucks in 6 and that's game.